Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
So Tyson Fury has said that he's not interested in a Dillian Whyte fight next and has called Dillian Whyte a bum. So thank you, Sonny, for letting me know. Now, it's no great surprise. Anybody who knows anything about Tyson, and it's not a disrespect, but he will say things off the cuff and then tomorrow totally change his mind. It's what he does. Unfortunately, it does mess people about sometimes. But listen, I don't think anybody really expected this fight to happen next. From my point of view, purely because Dillian Whyte is a high-risk fight. I'm not saying Tyson's not willing to take high risk. Of course he is. He went over there and fought Wilder. But with Wilder, he's a one-trick pony. Listen, it's a hell of a trick, that one big punch knockout power. But he knew that any kind of boxer would run circles around Wilder, and that's exactly what he'd done. And messed about, got caught. But with Dillian Whyte, is totally different. He has a lot more technical ability, skill, boxing savvy than what Wilder does. So he's a more high-risk fight for Tyson Fury. Now, it is unfortunate because I do feel that this is the kind of fight that fans would absolutely love. Of course it would, whether it be for a WBC Diamond belt or not. Personally, I would like to see this fight without that kind of belt on the line. Why pay the WBC any kind of sanctioning commission when they don't deserve it for the way that they've been treating Dillian Whyte, making him jump through hoop after hoop and letting Wilder do whatever it is that he wants to do. It's absolutely disgusting. And also on the flip side, why would Tyson Fury fight Dillian Whyte or fight anybody when he knows he can go straight to the horse of Wilder and fight him? Wilder will fight him because there's very little risk of him getting knocked out. We all know that Wilder is chinny, and Tyson Fury did wobble him on 2 occasions in that fight. In round number 5, was it? And then round number 12, just before the bell, he wobbled him. You could probably argue that maybe it was exhaustion that wobbled Wilder in round number 12, who knows. But Wilder will probably take that fight based on that. On the flip side of that, again, there's going to be a lot of flip sides in this one, but maybe Wilder won't, because Wilder, he's a very emotional guy, doesn't really think too straight, and of course he has to fight who his team tell him to fight. He has no choice in any of this. I think it's blatantly obvious. But because of the way that Tyson Fury was ordered to fight Deontay Wilder, and then he pulled out. So in other words, Wilder lost a huge purse, and of course potentially revenge, because most people in the boxing world believe Tyson Fury won that fight, and let's be honest, he did, and got screwed on the card. So Tyson Fury is, in most people's eyes, the real WBC champion. Wilder is the paper champion. No matter how you look at it, that's how people see it. The reality is it was a draw, and the reality is Wilder is still the champion. So why go fight Dillian Whyte, who is a more high-risk fight than Wilder, and potentially get starched, because Dillian Whyte can trap you and then just put you out cold. Apparently there are some history between these two in sparring, where Dillian Whyte has made Tyson Fury sit on the canvas on a couple of occasions. Again, this was a few years ago. This is not the Tyson Fury of today. It's not, and listen, it's not Dillian Whyte of today either. But Tyson Fury isn't where he once was. He's not on the level of where he was when he fought Klitschko. He's not even close to it yet. A couple more fights, he could be. But also, in addition to that, Tyson Fury, he does have a 5-fight deal with ESPN. Of course, that's starting off with Tom Schwartz, or Toe Warts, whatever you want to call him. And after, he's going to be fighting in September. Is it September 28th or something like that? So he's going to be fighting again against who? We don't know, but in America. Then he wants to be out again in December. Again, it's probably going to be America, because this whole thing is about building Tyson Fury's brand in America. Then in June or April, whatever it may be, April, May, June, he wants to be fighting Deontay Wilder. And his 4th fight, win that fight, then his 5th and final fight will probably be a rematch against Wilder after he annihilates Wilder and embarrasses him. Or maybe go straight into a Joshua undisputed. Who knows what it may be. But with a 5-fight deal of $100 million, listen, I'll fight whoever you tell me to fight too. You know, and there's no kind of like slave contract or anything. You're getting paid $100 million. It's not like Wilder, who gets told what to fight and gets paid the bare minimum, really, compared to what he should be getting as a WBC American heavyweight. But it is what it is. So again, it's no great surprise that Tyson Fury is not going to fight Dillian Whyte. Of course, this does question, what's Dillian Whyte going to do now? Is his fight with Oscar Rivas? We're still waiting on the WBC's final ruling? Is it going to be for the mandatory position? It should be. In addition, it should be to fight Deontay Wilder next. But as we know, the WBC have given Wilder permission to do what he always does. Go fight whoever the hell you want. Go fight a guy that you've already beaten. Good one. So it's unfortunate that we're not going to see Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. As I said before, personally, I think that these two should fight at some point and it not be for any kind of title. Unless it's for a legitimate world title, and just not give the WBC any kind of sanction fee. They don't deserve it. As far as Tyson Fury calling Dillian Whyte a bum, Tyson Fury calls everybody a bum. You know, he probably calls himself a bum at times, right? But that's nothing to really read into. He does it with everybody. Everybody's a bum. When in reality, based on Tom Schwartz, I think Tom Schwartz is probably equivalent to a bum. Listen, he's undefeated, of course, but we've seen him roll around on the floor, play acting, trying to get an Oscar or a Shakespeare performance after a Senegashi. I mean, come on now. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, yeah, don't anybody expect Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. And all you Tyson Fury fans out there, I'm a Tyson Fury fan too. You all know that I am. But let's be realistic. All those who saying that Dillian Whyte won't want no smoke with Tyson Fury, it's Dillian Whyte that does. It's Tyson Fury that doesn't. It just is what it is. Okay, you can't hide behind the facts of it all. I'm not saying Tyson Fury is scared of Dillian, not at all. But he has a plan in place, and Dillian Whyte does not fit in that plan. It's unfortunate, but what can we do? Who knows? Tomorrow Tyson Fury may come out and go, yeah, actually, I will fight him next. You never know, do you? Until Tyson Fury signs on a dotted line, you don't know what he's going to do. Sometimes I'm not too sure if Tyson knows what he's going to do. Again, it's not a dig at him, but I think that's just how Tyson Fury is. He's very erratic. But anyway, you drop your thoughts below about it. Click thumbs up and, of course, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.